Shalom. We have interesting and creepy videos from all around the internet that are going to make us question life.
Every world leader I met with and
And okay, so never say hello.
No, never say hello. Because words carry vibrations, yeah. We Bubba Shanti, we don't say hello. We deconstruct words, a lot. We don't say last night either. We say first night. Because there will never be a last night. You understand? Yeah, and we do not say appreciate. We say appreciate love.
Oh.
You see? So there's many words that we have to deconstruct in English for you to get the proper vibration of what we really mean. You understand?
Words carry so much power and weight, and we all know that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So the fact that the English language is full of all these curse words is mind-blowing. It's everywhere. What's wrong with that photo? Hold on. What's wrong with this? Disney just, they don't care no more at this point. Excuse me?
You're telling me nobody is talking about the fact Lil Wayne is a goat.
A lot of people was hurt off that video I reacted to. They was hot. Was he wearing socks in the swimming pool?
There's footage of a cat turning into a human on camera. On camera.
What you mean?
The greatest Yo, this is crazy. It's real, fam. Nah. So we talk about skinwalkers all the time. Oh, okay. Dog, okay. If this isn't a skinwalker, I don't know what to tell you. Just look. No way. You see the cat? You see the cat? And it jumps in the air. So I'll grab the first part. Cat jumps into the air, right? Watch the second part of the video. Look. What the? No, that's weird. Play it again. Look. Ew. No. Because you see how like the arm first and then one leg like it grew. Yeah. The fact that the movement is so unhuman like that. Yeah. And it literally that's odd. That's skinwalker. It has to be. Oh, you know what's crazy? Yeah. So my friend, he lives in this like duplex or like this complex where there's like random cats like going around, right? But one of the cats, he said, whenever I drop him off, there's always one that finds him. Oh. And the one like going to his house and like, oh, he'll stop as soon as the door like shuts, right? But every time I drop him off like maybe 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., I always see the cat there following him. Damn. But I don't know why, but it always appears as soon as he steps out my car.
All right, man, this is getting creepy and weird, man. Like, for real, for real. Now, have you ever had a thought about something? You didn't tell nobody, you didn't talk about it out loud, but then you get on your phone and that exact same thing that you was thinking about is on your phone? Man, watch this right here.
Your brain, but of course it goes further. So in this one, they said, can they understand the inner monologue, the things you're saying to yourself in your own mind? Mind you, by the way, when you dream, like your visual cortex runs in reverse, so your dreams are no longer safe. But we'll try this. So they had people watch a video and just narrate what was going on in the video in their mind. So the woman, she's hit in the back, she falls over. This is what the computer reconstructed the person thinking. See a girl, looks just like me, get hit in the back, and then she's knocked off. So our thoughts, are starting to be decoded. Yeah, just think about what this means for authoritarian states, for instance.
So basically, these group of scientists got together and had human subjects and put them into an MRI machine and mapped their brain, right? And they asked them certain questions, and they told them to watch certain things and to visualize what it is that they're watching, right? Or talk to themselves. While AI, at the same time, who's never seen what they're seeing, mapped out their brain to what it is that they see. What?
Yeah,
bro,
what?
this goes deeper than what we think it is, man. So the thoughts that we're thinking might not even be our own thoughts. Of course, we already know that certain beings in other realms, they, suggest things to us. But this is on a whole nother level. So it's not just our phones listening to us and, the cameras are watching us. There's also something else. Watch this.
Torques of this. How about, can we go from Wi-Fi radio signals, sort of like the Wi-Fi routers in your house, they're bouncing off radio signals that work sort of like sonar. Can you go from that to where human beings are, to images? So what they did is they had, a camera looking at a space with people in it. That's sort of like coming in from one eye. The other eye is the radio signals, so sonar from the Wi-Fi router. And they just learned to predict, this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera. So all the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around a room. And this is what they're able to reconstruct. Real-time 3D pose estimation, right? So suddenly AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned for tracking living beings.
Man, hell no.
2024 is wild, you guys. Amazon is selling a Christian Ouija board so that you can communicate directly with Jesus. This is the Holy Spirit board, a Christian religious talking board for a seance.
Ain't no way.
You. I'm talking to you, you're like I'm not talking to you.
Ain't no way.
You started again.
Ain't no
I
way.
thought this is what you're doing. You started again.
Ain't no way.
Come here. Your one is getting too much. Your one is getting...
I had to look this up. I had to. This is real. The Holy Spirit board by Holy Spirit Games, Christian religious talking board for seance. And it got 82 reviews, a 3.7. It's this picture for me. You're not slick. What?
Okay guys, well that's 2. Filming the ceiling, I requested. Okay guys, well that's 2. Filming the ceiling, I requested. And that's a 3rd.
That's pretty good, I think, overall.
Any more?
What the heck? It's no point of being in that home at this point.
What came through the portals with these 3 crosses?
Oh. Bloody hell.
What the heck?
Whenever God is mentioned at the Grammys or God is mentioned at the Oscars or football games, basketball games, or when you get $100 million contract, I want to just thank God, because without God and my mom and my family, I mean, it's kind of it. They don't talk about God no other time publicly other than a big moment happening. And yet, people are worshiping the devil publicly all year long. The whole music video had devil worshiping in it. Y'all see this. Y'all see what's going on. So at the end of the day, man, I just had to really realize, like, wow, man, Denzel Washington does not do an interview on a red carpet or a sit-down interview. He does not do any interviews without at some point transitioning into talking about the goodness of God.
If you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and
Wow.
When young people go to public schools, they will not learn to grow rich. They learn how to be poor. I'll give you an example. You live in capitalism, but they don't teach you how to become financially independent, how to invest, how to produce.
Yeah.
They don't teach you to be producers. They teach you to be consumers. They don't teach you what money is, who creates money, who creates inflation, the reserve banks. They don't teach you how politics really works or how lobbying works. You won't learn it in school. Finally, they don't teach you how to organize yourself and others. They want sheep, not wolves. They want followers, not leaders.
They want followers, not leaders. Dang, that really is a real quote, because when you look at all your time in school, public school, elementary, middle school, high school, and if those that made it to college, they literally teach you how to be somebody's employee, and they teach you how to depend on the system instead of being independent from it. It is such a hard pill to swallow. And it took for me to get to college to see that and to realize it. Because when you think about all the stuff that you learned in school, besides reading and maybe math, that's about it. That's the only thing that I use to this day. But like you trying to find the pie of something, but you guys get the point. I haven't had to use that to this day. Why aren't you teaching me how to be a woman? Why aren't you teaching me how to survive? Why aren't you teaching me how to pay bills? But instead you're teaching me how to solve and how to prove that this is a triangle on this paper. Once I'm done with college, y'all just threw me out there and I had to learn how to pay bills. I had to learn how to cook. I had to learn how to clean. I had to learn how to be a woman. I had to learn how to do all these things that school should teach you. But instead, they just teach you how to live under their system. Because at the end of the day, they want followers, not leaders. Think about that.
Nigga was the devil, man. That nigga was the devil, man.
Bruh, he was dead, bruh. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself.
One of Satan's greatest soldiers was King Von.
Dang.
That's why he can tell the story so well about the people he killed.
Von was different. Like, when in the Von. Ain't nothing happening in the Von. I done been shot twice. A lot of our guys done been shot. Everybody ain't in the Von.
But I was happy as hell when I found out Von was dead. Nigga, I cooked for the whole day.
Something was wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not regular, man.
How are you rich and you're robbing people? You robbing producers. You robbing rappers. You got money.
Von was just he was a different individual, bro. He was manic. He was, you know what I'm saying? Shorty was crazy. He was on that. He was, you know what I'm saying? So
was Von really like that? Let me know.
He doesn't look like much, but according to new claims in these court documents, the Biological Resource Center was essentially running a chop shop for parts, mixing, matching, and selling them in ways we'd never heard of until tonight.
One FBI agent revealing what it was really like inside the Phoenix body donation facility, from of heads, arms, and legs to coolers filled with. The FBI raided the building. He even spotted a smaller head sewn onto a larger torso in a, quote, Frankenstein manner. The limbs, according to that agent, with no apparent identification. A torso with a head apparently went for $2,400. A leg about $1,100. They'd even sell knees and feet alone for under $500.
The only thing I get out of that video is that darkness will always come to light.
January of 2004, the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine and their Department of Public Health did a long-term study on almost 5,000 people, both men and women, over the age of 65 in Cache County, Utah. And what they found out was if they supplemented with nothing but vitamin C and vitamin E, it reduced the risk of Alzheimer's disease by as much as 78%, almost 80% reduction in the risk. They weren't even telling them to eat eggs. They were not telling them to avoid fried foods. They were not telling them to avoid margarines and other foods that produce free radicals. And so if you eliminate fried foods, margarines, cooking oils, if you eliminate eating meats cooked well done and getting rid of all the, or at least significantly reducing all of the free radicals out of your life, and then supplementing with the essential fatty acids, supplementing with the antioxidants. I like my patients to eat, depending on their body weight, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 eggs a day. Personally, I like to eat about 6 eggs a day. And remember that cholesterol is an essential nutrient.
SR71 Blackbird, America's old super spy plane, is still the world's fastest jet. A Blackbird once set the record for flying from New York to London in 1 hour and 54 minutes.
Oh, that's what I need to be on. Let's see, they doing the math. $10 miles per minute. It's crazy. What do you mean by a deer plus a rat? But like, why would you do that? I don't think this is true.
CERN is the largest machine in the world, and you can go to their website and you'll see their symbol has 3 6s, 666.
Mm-hmm.
And on their website it says, what is the nature of our universe? What is it made of? This machine accelerates particles at the speed of light. Many believe when these particles collide, they create miniature black holes. Many spiritual people believe that when these black holes open, they're able to observe matter in a different dimension, and that whatever's living on that side might be able to get through to this side. Could you imagine if hypothetically the CERN machine is able to open up into, portals to other dimensions? We know that there's other dimensions. This is a fact of science. You don't even have to believe in God. Every scientist says, yes, there are more dimensions than the one we can see and smell and touch. Like, we live in 3, there's maybe up to 11, maybe even more dimensions than that. These demonic beings have lived in a parallel dimension to ours. They're on this earth. They have cities. So imagine now the demonic realm is on this earth, but in a parallel dimension. Imagine if they can get into this dimension and they still have their powers.
Nothing to even worry about with that video, because we already know who wins at the end of the day. Hasatan can only go so far. You were already then set in stone. Look, his word does not come back void, so there's no need to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? What do we do? We already know the end from the beginning, and we know who loses at the end.
And what I was going to say too is that the United Nations uses a particular publishing firm for all of their documents and public and books and materials, and it's called Lucifer Publishing. The United Nations use Lucius Publishing. Lucius Publishing was at one time Helena Blavatsky's Lucifer Publishing. So today, the whole
funded by the
concept,
Lucifer Trust.
The Lucifer Trust, United Nations. That's why it's in New York, because New York is referred to as the Empire State, because it's the new state of the new empire that is coming. That's why Steven Spielberg and George Lucas with their Indiana Jones and the Empire Strikes Back, it has to do with occultism, it has to do with numerology, it has to do with a lot of mysticism coming out of theosophy. The point being is that we are involved in some very powerful occult manipulation of the world by some very astute occultists, and we are not even beginning to be aware of how far gone we are.
It's crazy to have a united world government. I don't want to do away with our individuality. Some people are white, some people are black, tall, short, fat, thin.
Only months had passed since Michael's passing date. In February 2010, a dodo bird, a marketing character used in the advertisements of a fruit juice brand, owned by a cola company called Five Alive, was designed to evoke a sense of revival and energy in line with the brand's message, "Come alive with Five Alive." So far, everything was normal, but in the commercial, the dodo bird was dancing and shouting, "I'm alive."
I'm alive! And I'm seeing things mighty clear today. I'm alive!
I've never seen this.
I'm alive! And I'm doing my thing and singing my song. I'm alive!
Come alive with Five Alive.
It even performed a moonwalk. That was not all. Dudo's official Facebook account started posting mysterious messages. An account claiming to be official on Twitter also started posting about Michael Jackson. What was Michael trying to tell us? What was the connection here? The number 5 comes from the Jackson 5 group. Five Alive implied that all 5 members of the group were still alive. And hold on, Michael Jackson's nickname was the Dodo Bird. Yes, this bird came out from under the ground and did a moonwalk, saying, "I'm alive." Moreover, the dodo bird that did this was nicknamed after Michael. What a coincidence, right? Michael continued to send us messages that he was alive. Click the link in our bio to watch all the clues Michael Jackson gave us.
Would you believe me if I told you that it's literally documented that they used to host seances at the White House? The White House is literally haunted. Franklin Pierce was the 14th president of the United States, and after he and his wife lost their son in a train accident, the wife became desperate for answers. That's when she invited the Fox sisters, who were like a family of mediums, to the White House to host a seance so that she can communicate with him again. And that's just the beginning, because it wasn't until the Lincolns moved in that hosting seances actually became a regular occurrence. It's documented that the Lincolns hosted as many as 8 seances while they were in office. And the White House was never the same after this. After Lincoln was assassinated, it's theorized that his soul got trapped inside the White House. So many people who have stayed at the White House have claimed to have seen Lincoln's ghost that he is officially known as the White House ghost. There's this story about Winston Churchill. So he's staying at the White House one night, and apparently one of his favorite ways to relax at night is to take a bath with a cigar and a glass of wine. So he's taking this bath in one of the White House suites, and he gets out butt naked in order to go and get one of his cigars. He goes into the next room to get a match, and to his surprise, he sees President Lincoln leaning on the fireplace mantle. And embarrassed and naked, Churchill goes, "Mr. President, you seem to have caught me at a disadvantage." Lincoln turns around, looks at him, chuckles, and then just disappears.
So as you start waking up, you start switching certain things in your life. You learn that there's heavy metals even in the silver, on and on. But these things I've done over time, these things that I've learned were not serving me, things that I wanted to change out in my life because I learned too much about what they are. I want people to be paranoid or scared, but if you're conscious of the things you're putting on and in your body, a lot of things change. I just want to educate people about the toxins around them and let them make the choice.
I like how he didn't force nothing, and then I like that he said that he made these changes over time and not overnight, because you'll watch these videos, especially the videos that y'all watch with me, and people like they don't know what to do, and I get it, because there's so many people telling you you can't have this, can't drink this, don't eat that, don't look at this, don't touch this unless you have this on. So I get it, you start freaking out. What I'm trying to say is that these changes and all the stuff that are on these videos, change them over time and not overnight. You don't have to throw out everything in your home. No, just start one by one. Because I think if you do everything at once, which is like kind of just doing everything cold turkey, I don't know how that works. It might work for some people, but some people have to do stuff in increments, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you want to start off by changing your waters and what you're eating and what you're putting on and electronics, etc., please start like one by one, because I get it. You can hear all the things that you can't do, and it's like, well, what do we do? What you can do is start by little, bit by bit, piece by piece.
The fallen angel statue discovered in Russia.
What?
This is the creepiest thing I've seen in a good minute. There's these dudes, Russian dudes, in Siberia. They work in a gravel quarry or something. They were just digging, and they found this ginormous statue of this crazy, evil-looking angel with its like hood down, but like its eyes and its these giant wingspan things, and it's like holding a shield, and it was kneeling. And these dudes standing up beside this statue, their heads didn't even go past the statue's head, and it was kneeling down.
Dang.
And it looks, the detail on it is like exquisite. Like it looks like a angel or man thing.
Oh, wow.
that was like frozen in time, like fell in a concrete bath or something. What does that mean?
Some people believe that Diana, who got rid from the royalty, is living a calm life. Some people said they saw her with a baby in her hands in a wheelchair. And her son, Prince Harry, says he believed Princess Diana might still be alive until he was 23. And he said that he used to have a lot of hope about this. Prince Harry made some stunning statements in an interview with Anderson Cooper. Harry told Anderson Cooper that Prince William had similar thoughts about their mother potentially faking her death to disappear.
You didn't believe she was dead?
For a long time. I just refused to accept that she was gone. Part of, she would never do this to us, but also part of, maybe this is all part of a plan.
I mean, you really believe that maybe she had just decided to disappear for a time?
For a time, and then that she would call us and we would go and join her.
For a long time, I just refused to accept that she was gone. She would never do this to us, but also maybe this is all part of a plan, Harry told Cooper, adding that he believed she had maybe faked her death and would eventually reunite with Harry and Prince William.
What do y'all think about that? Because I can't give any commentary because I haven't really looked into the Princess Diana situation. I really, if I'm being honest, I don't know nothing about it. I just know that she was who she was and then died the tragic death that she did. But wouldn't that be crazy if she was still alive and she didn't like let her son or her sons know? Y'all gotta tell me the conspiracy theories that you guys have about the Princess Diana situation and people like faking their death. Like if you do that, it is what it is. But at least tell your children you do it. At least get them a part of the plan. Like maybe she just knew her children can't hold water or something. I don't know. And then I was young. Y'all gotta just fill me in on the comment section down below. Or is she really gone? She really gone. Like we'll just keep it at that. But we love a good conspiracy theory. What in the world?
In the late 1800s, a group of elderly Midwesterners discovered stranded extraterrestrials, and despite societal norms, chose to care for them in secret, forming a unique intergalactic bond that transcended time and space.
AI is wild.
Their alliance became a testament to the enduring power of compassion and friendship across unimaginable realms.
Woman being abducted.
By who? The man? Oh. So they're just out by a pool, just chilling, talking. The lights go off, and she just evaporates. All right. Does this mean that they was out there at 2 in the morning? No, because that's going too fast. All right. Actually, I don't know. I would have been freaking out. He looking to see if she in the pool. When I'm just wondering when he gonna get his phone and like call the police. Cause at this point I'm blaming you now. Cause you putting your arms around your waist is not doing nothing.
You need to get the boy.
Celebrities are treated like saints, but were truly awful people when they were alive. Pablo Picasso was an abusive, raging narcissist who sucked the life out of people around him. His muses were generally young women he'd domineer and destroy. XXXTentacion beat his pregnant wife, as well as a gay man while he was in jail. John Lennon was a narcotic addict, a pathological liar, a woman beater, and he abandoned his family. He did all this while singing about peace and love, which makes him a hypocrite to boot. Steve Jobs was an a-hole to his family. His own kids hated him. His wife only stayed for the money. He also was known for throwing work colleagues under the bus to cover his own self, and taking credit for things he didn't invent. Thomas Edison, literally one of the biggest pieces of crap, stole patents, stomped out competitors with physical force and violence, electrocuted an elephant to mislead the public his inferior power grid was less dangerous than Nikola Tesla's, and a lot more. Jimmy Savile, absolute monster. His celebrity as an English radio and TV personality gained him unrestricted access to hospitals with disabled children whom he abused. That's putting his life very lightly. Beware if you go on to read more about him. I hate saying it because I used to really like him, but on 2 occasions, Paul Walker dated 16-year-old girls, once when he was 28, and again when he was 32. This was all while he had a young daughter of his own. The age of consent in California is 18, meaning if he did anything explicit with them, he could have been charged and indicted on statutory R-word. I guess being a predator is okay though, if you're really good looking.
Dang, I was going through the list. I was going to read a few, but when I tell you so many people got so much to say, they talked about Dr. Seuss, Mother Teresa, Michael Jackson, Gandhi, Chris Brown, Stephen Hawking, Ellen DeGeneres, Andrew Tate, Clinton, Bush, and Obama. At this point, it's every celebrity. Elvis.
Yep, this dystopian world is real, happening in the US, and every single person will now be tracked and surveilled by their employer 24/7 without an escape. Many people were terrified after an American company has pushed employers to use their tracking AI, which tracks every single employee's movements, actions, and thoughts down to the microsecond, showing when the employee gets distracted and isn't working. The AI is so advanced that when employees decide to get up, go to the bathroom, or just stretch their legs, their square turns red and a timer starts. That amount is then deducted from their salary down to every second that they're up. With this terrifying technology also being used for baristas, tracking how many cups the baristas have made during their shift and firing those who are not productive. With many people saying this is not only unethical, but a huge violation of workers' rights. It's supposed to be used for things like tracking employees' safety, whether they're wearing hard hats or not. However, we will see if it will be used in that way.
Talking about it's used for their safety. No, it sounds a bit like slavery if you ask me. I don't know why that clicked for me when I was watching this video, because it's giving like you need to make a certain quota, and if you don't, it's going to be punishments for that. If you're chilling, it's going to be punishments for that. If you get distracted, it's going to be punishments for that. Sounds like a new slavery system. Well, maybe not new, but renewed. Because we know nothing's new under the sun. Yeah, I can't imagine how they're going to try to get like employees with all this stuff happening. But AI, like I said, it's getting a little dangerous.
First meal of the day, it's now almost 6 o'clock.
It will be, yeah.
God dang.
No breakfast, no lunch.
Oh, because it's clear, based on thousands of years of human existence, that eating less is, if it's not starvation or malnutrition, it's good for you.
Yeah,
if you choose not to eat
though.
for a meal or two, you're turning on the body's defenses against aging. The trick to longevity is stress on your body, biological stress. So running, a bit of hunger, cold, heat, puts your body in a state of perceived adversity. Oh my goodness, I could die if this continues. And then they turn on these defenses against aging. If you sit around and you eat constantly, they don't work very hard.
Really?
And your clock ticks faster. Yeah, definitely. I feel sharper. I'm not feeling bloated anymore. I don't feel full at meals. Try one meal a day. Drink coffee, drink tea, drink water. Fill up your stomach. You'll get used to that. Give it at least 2 weeks for your body to get used to it, and your liver to start making its own sugar. And you might find that you've never felt better, looked better, been able to concentrate better during the day, and even sleep better.
Been hypnotized into believing that at this time of the year, it's the flu
season.
Yeah, or it's a bacterial incursion, or it's something, right? If there's an external vector of something that infiltrates the body and bypasses the immune system, takes a foothold, and now you're sick. And that's what everybody thinks, and everybody's wrong. The cold, the head cold, is the cure.
It's the detox, right?
Yeah, your body is loaded to the gills with crap, right? Too much sugar, too much alcohol, too many carbohydrates, too many mucus-forming foods, too much stress. So all of that piles up, and then there's the weather change, right? Cold and wet days, right? And then the system can't handle it anymore. The system reaches its breaking point. The system shuts down and generates a detox protocol. The system is attempting to fix itself, to reboot itself. So your body spikes a fever. Why? In order to burn through toxic accumulation of crap in the body to get rid of it. So it's like you've surpassed your body's daily ability to clean itself up.
You buy any product and it says all natural, throw it away.
We know.
And never buy anything from that company again. Because the word all natural, and I have been in the meetings, I've been in the marketing meetings on the boards, and they go, here's how it goes. Well, we have a peanut butter here, and we want to market it. We know that there is a market for healthy products. We know that. So what we want to do is, what can we do to convince the stupid consumer that our peanut butter is actually healthy, when in fact we know it's loaded with chemicals and poison ingredients and hydrogenated oil that is causing heart disease and making them depressed and need antidepressants. Even though we know this is an unhealthy product, we know it. What can we do to convince the suckers, the stupid people, that it's healthy?
You ain't talking to me.
I have an idea. Yes, sir. We can use the word all natural.
Dang, that's deep.
Can we say that? Yes, because the government,
FDA?
Sir, we've paid the lobbyists tens of millions of dollars, and they got the government to pass laws defining all natural. And it pretty much means anything. So we can put pretty much anything in the product and still call it all natural.
That's deep.
Matter of fact, there are 15,000 chemicals that we're allowed to put in there and still call it all natural. And the people will actually think it's healthy. Perfect. So they put on all natural. It means nothing.
Guys, you cannot make this up.
I was just about to talk about that.
Look at this. That is not water that they're spraying on the vegetables.
What are they spraying on it?
That is actually a chemical called chlorine.
Oh yeah, we've
Look
seen.
at that. Wow.
The taxation process from the moment you buy a good till the end of the transaction. I pay you for a good, I pay 7%. Now you have to pay taxes on that. If you use the remainder of that money to buy something else, that gets taxed. Not only does it get taxed, but there's credit card fees on every single transaction that takes place. So what happens if you get rid of these transactions, these middlemen? These people can no longer make money, which obviously is their business. People think that the business of the bank is to hold your money. No, they make money on remittances. They make money on investing the things that you deposit. So when you begin to understand the banking system, you begin to understand the scam that it is and that you don't actually need it. And Bitcoin, which is just kind of like the introductory to this entire ecosystem that is digital money, has allowed people to realize that you don't need banks. You just need technology that is fast enough, efficient enough, and trustworthy through code, because you're trusting code. You can see code. You don't have to trust a middleman. You don't have to trust an individual who usually has alternative motives.
Yeah. Shout out to Alexandria. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Bino. Shout out to JD. And I believe Hector. Hector was the last person, or the first person, because I'm going backwards. But shout out to each and every single one of you guys that have sent in videos. I truly, truly, truly appreciate each and every single one of you. Again, if you want your video on here along with a shout out, please join the Discord server. The link is in the description down below. It's a beautiful community over there. I promise you, you're going to have nothing but fun and you're going to learn a lot over there. So join the Discord. I want to give all esteem, all glory, and all honor to my Saba, Yahuwah, Alua, and my Abba, my Adoni, Yahusha, Hamashiach, the true set apart names of the Creator and the Son of the Creator. For those that don't know what I'm saying or who I'm praying to or who I'm bringing up Saba, Yahuwah, Alua, and Abba Adonai Yahusha Hamashiach. So those are the Hebrew names, the true names of, again, the creator of the entire universe and the Son of Man, aka Yahusha. We are on the road to 800,000 people, y'all. We're getting closer and closer by the day. I truly cannot thank you guys enough. I have such a great community and I'm so grateful for all of you. Seriously, for those that like, you comment, you subscribe, you donate, you cop the merch, which cop the merch, y'all. The link is in the description down below. Shopperky.com. Rock you some righteous merch on your body. And if you happen to cop from me, please take a picture and tag me so I can feature you on the website along with a shout out. But that is all for today's video. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul.